I'm going to specifically talk about a question I got on Facebook this week about how to get the word out that you are open for art commissions. I'm going to use that as an example, but trust me, this can be used for just about any product, whether it's art related or business related. Now, most of this is going to be pre-launch strategy because frankly, if you set everything up right before you start, the launch is the easy part. So the first step in getting the word out about your project is, please guys, set up a web page. I can't tell you how many people just go straight to the social strategy without actually having anything set up where fans can buy what they have to offer. So you're going to have to set up a web page. Now, that doesn't mean you have to buy a domain and hosting. You could set up an Etsy page, a Store Envy, a PayPal page, but it has to be somewhere that someone's going to be able to complete a buying transaction. Now, I do recommend you setting up your own webpage for a couple of reasons. The first is because you'll have total control over the layout. With any product, you're going to want to set up a sales letter, which will help drive traffic for people on the fence. Look, we all know that there are people that are going to buy your product regardless. You could tell them to go screw themselves and they'll still buy your product. And you know that there are people that won't buy your product for any reasons, even if you give them a gold bar. The sales letter on the webpage is to convince people who are on the fence to buy your product. That's not the only reason, though, I like your own webpage. The real reason I like your own webpage is because you can customize it with mailing list options. Now, a mailing list is going to allow people who are on the fence but may not be ready to buy right now to sign up to get more information about you. We'll talk about this later, but you also have to maintain that mailing list and send mailing list letters about new stuff and new commissions, maybe new prints that you have. But right now, all you want to do is have a web page, have something to catch people who are on the fence, and have a way to convince them to buy from you. And most importantly, when they do want to buy from you, have a place where they can complete that buying transaction. If you're not great at creating your own web pages or creating your own sales letters, then that's where something like Etsy or Store Envy come into play. They're great. They're free ways to set up your page, and they do a pretty good job. They don't do a fantastic job, but they do a pretty good job of showing what's on your page for people that are ready to buy. Does not convince people to buy, but for people that are ready to buy, at least it gives them a way to buy your work. So step 2 is to find out where your audience is. You've got your web page, you've got your sales letter, and now it's time to find your audience. This is going to take a little digging for some of you, but basically you want to find the platform where the people who want your product already congregate on the internet. For some people, it's Pinterest, others it's Snapchat, more it's Twitter, but there's going to be a place where you are going to have people congregate who want what you have to offer. And for artists, that's surely going to be Instagram and maybe Etsy. But as for a platform to find new fans, Instagram is where it's at for artists. It is the best place to find people who want art, bar none. So for an artist, you're going to need to set up an Instagram account and load it up with 20 to 50 images before you really start pushing hard. That's because before people start following you and becoming fans of your work, they're going to want to see what you've done in the past. So you're going to want to set up 20 to 50 images before you really start pushing. Now, you should start pushing every image, but it's not until you get about 20 to 50 images that you're really going to start seeing the advantage and followers roll in. This, like all strategies, is a long-term play. You're not going to get on Instagram tomorrow and get 500 new people buying your product the next day. This is a long-term building strategy. The good news is once you are on Instagram and once you have a little bit of back catalog and once you have a few fans, you can start using a lot of the hashtags that Instagram is famous for, like art versus artist and a lot of others, to help build your audience because there are people out there that are searching those hashtags. All right, and the last step before you can start actually finding people to buy your content, you're doing that a little with step 2, but really we're going to get into it in step 4, the beginnings of how to actually sell to these people. Step 3 is to set up a publishing schedule. Now, people want consistency. They follow people who post on a schedule. And so you're going to want to make sure before you even get started, that you have a publishing schedule ready, you have enough content to fill that schedule, and you can continue to create content on that schedule. So you don't want to do stuff every day if you know you can only create a new piece of content for social once a week. Don't get people excited about daily content if you're only going to be updating weekly. But you have to update at least weekly. So before we get to step 4, I want to pause and give you a note about sales funnels. So steps 1 to 3 are all about sales funnels and your funnel. Now, if you don't know what a funnel is, it is the idea that you need a ton of people at the top of your funnel that know about you. So some of them will trickle down into liking you, and others will trickle down into trusting you, and then some will trickle down into buying from you. And it's the idea that getting the maximum amount of people at the top of your funnel means that it will trickle down into some of those people buying from you. And the bigger the top of the funnel is, the bigger the bottom of the funnel is. And at the end of the day, the more money you make. Okay, now step 4 is kind of a reverse of what we just said, because what you're going to want to do is find the people at the bottom of your funnel. You're going to find the ardent backers who already want to buy from you. And look, we already have a few of those people who will buy regardless of what you say to them. They are going to want to buy your content. So you need to find them first. And here's what you do in order to make it really enticing for them. It's really not about them buying from you. It's about them telling people to buy from you. So what you want to do is you want to offer something like a 25 or 50% discount on your commission if you refer 5 to 10 other people to you. So they're already going to want to help you out because they like you. They understand the process and they like your art. They probably already know a few people who would want to buy your art. So let's say you offer a 50% discount to them. Maybe you offer a 25% discount to those 5 people that get referred. And then those people can become ardent backers and they can refer 5 to 10 people to you. This sounds like a multi-level marketing scheme. It kind of is, but that's because pretty much all sales works that way. Now, you can use this for good, or you can use this as a predator in a multi-level marketing scheme. I'm telling you to use it for good. They're not going to get downstream or whatever that other bullshit multi-level marketing BS is. What they're going to do is get a little bit of a discount for helping spread the word and making your network bigger. There's a reason that multi-level marketing was so successful. It's because they preyed on this idea that we already know, which is, if I tell 3 people, they tell 3 people, they tell 3 people, eventually we're going to have a pretty big network going on, right? Now, how they did the underpinnings of that is where the disgustingness comes in. But on a top level, it's true. If I tell 5 people, who then tell 5 people, who then tell 5 people, and all of them buy from you, then you're going to have a much bigger network the next time you go and launch a product, right? So what I want you to do is find those ardent backers, the ones that are already going to buy from you, and tell them that if they get 5 other people to buy from you, you'll give them a 50% discount, or you'll give them a free commission, or you'll give them free prints. Something to motivate them to tell other people about you. So yes, there are multiple levels and marketing involved. But here's the thing is every business started this way. Your favorite restaurant or your most successful restaurant that you go to got big and got popular because people ate there and then told their friends about it. Generally, when a restaurant opens, they'll have huge discounts or maybe even free grand opening nights so that you eat there and then you tell your friends about it. They get a lot of Yelp reviews and people start coming. So this is not an evil word. It's not an evil way to do business. It's how every business grows. It just so happens that a lot of evil companies, and there are evil companies just like there are good companies, use this same system to prey on people. So once you've set this up, it's about maintaining it. Most people fail because they get bored after a week or a month or 2 months, and their funnel hasn't even gotten going by then. You're going to get some people buying from you right up front. Those are your ardent backers. Then over time, you'll get a little bit of a trickle. That's your sales funnel working. And the bigger the top of your funnel gets, the more that trickle becomes a flood. And then it's just about maintaining that publishing schedule, maintaining that workflow, and not giving up. Because if you give up, you're not going to get that trickle. What you do today is predicated on your success 6 weeks from now. So the best case scenario, what you do today isn't going to pay off until next month. And not even the beginning of next month, the middle of next month. Now, some things take shorter and some things take longer. But if you give up in that 6-week window, you're not going to see any fruit of that. And it's just going to get bigger over time. As your funnel expands, as more people know about you, you're going to get more and more and more. And if you keep going, if you keep developing, if you keep making more, if you keep having your business open and your doors open and you keep growing, you're going to have more people buying from you. It just will happen. Because if your funnel is set up to work and you know how your funnel works, you're going to get business over time. And once that 6 weeks hits and that first person gets through your funnel, if people are through your funnel every single day, you'll get one new person a day. But that person didn't find you that day. They probably found you 6 weeks ago, and they've been working their way through the funnel, through your mailing list, through your Instagram, through your social media, starting to like your personality, starting to trust that you're going to deliver. And then they want to buy from you at the end of that. But you have to maintain it over a long haul for that to exist and for that to be effective. There's no point in starting something now and finishing it in 3 weeks because you're not going to see any results in 3 weeks. You'll get your initial push in the first 3 weeks maybe, and then things are going to taper off because that initial push are all people who have been waiting for you to open your commission slots. But if you want to continue to have these commissions or these products or these projects sell over time, you have to keep that funnel going and going and going so that you can keep reaping the benefits from it. And that's pretty much it. You start by building a web page so people can buy from you. Then you find where that audience is. Then you find your ardent backers and have them reverse funnel you into getting more referrals. And then you have to maintain that presence so your funnel can work. And it's going to work over time. And with that, wannabes and creators, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.